Yeah, I thought I'd put up another vid today. Here we have a good old American. I'll get the number right. I'm terrible with numbers, so please excuse it. It's in fact a 2500. 500 was the regular telephone set that you'd find in America using the dial, but when they added a keypad, it became 2500. And the example we're having a look at here, the word that comes to my mouth is a little bit rude. I tend to look at the older stuff. Now this was made in 1988. I'm assuming that because there's a date on the back. I was a bit amazed when I opened it up. Well, I wasn't amazed really. As everything else, the things they want to do is to reduce the cost of manufacture, the cheapening of parts, making parts perhaps more easy. Well, in here you've got the example of everything. Let's have a look at the thing. Yeah, as I've always said, it's nice to have nice brass inserts, not on this example. Okay, it's a nice case. Outwardly it looks very good, and in fact even later ones that are probably made outside of America were really crappy. Sorry, I might be a bit rude, but I've seen some, not mine, but I have seen some where they are horrible. But anyhow, not to worry. We've got here basically what you would expect to find on this type of telephone. We've gone over some of the other points. The bell, or the ringer, is all plastic. The coil is just a single coil, obviously not used for various party lines and different ways of signalling. It's just a basic coil. I imagine 1000 ohms, but I don't know, it doesn't say. Ren 1.08, well that is the ringing equivalence. Your biasing spring in here used to be a wire in the old days, but this is looks like a flattened spring, and you'd obviously, if I can show you, it's got various slots where you can drop this into to either increase the pressure on the bell or not. So it's all to do with making the bell ring at the best condition for the right ringing current or voltage. But as you can see, it's all plastic. The good old ones were metal. But as I say, I suppose you've got to keep up with the way things go. Now also, the network is no longer in a sealed box. It's laid out more like you'd see on many other telephones of this type around the world. Normal components used. Show you a bit closer. The terminations of these little flat and spade type terminals, which are very easy to put on. You haven't got to fiddle about with terminals. But it definitely shows the way things have changed. There's your induction coil. You've got a couple of capacitors there. some discs. It obviously works, but a far cry from what these phones used to look like. It's always nice looking back in time and seeing the old things. But having said that, even the more modern ones of these are really rubbish. They're not made here in America. They're obviously imported from the Far East. I'm thinking of China. But this one was made in America. There's your keypad. Now this keypad, it looks like it has never been touched. So why is number 1 a different shade from the rest of the keys? This looks like the manufacturer, it wasn't checked. They obviously got the numbers out of a box when they made up these keys, and they put the wrong one in there. It still works. I suppose it's unique. The only phone without the correct colour in the one. Or is it because all the others have got letters on it, and of course the one never did? Don't know, just a thought. Yeah, the modular type cords are just not even snapped in. They just go in on the base. Looking at the other side of the keypad, you've just got one printed circuit board which is obviously connected up to the keypad itself. See the keypad there, and that hasn't been taken out or modified in any way. You've got like a ribbon cable under there connecting the two parts together. With the components there. Anyhow, let's turn him over and have a little look at the other side. It's quite a nice looking phone if you don't look too much in the insides. Here's the back, and as per normal, it's always round the wrong way, so let's turn it round so we can see it properly. There's the type 2500 and 488. I'm assuming that is 1988, which would probably make sense. Made in Corinth, Mississippi, with pride. Yeah. You've got the flag of the United States on there, with pride. As I say, if you get them now, they'll probably be made in China. You've got your control for the bell, which is now just on a flat bit of metal. That's slightly different to what it used to be. The base itself is still the standard type, so they were obviously punched out from many times. As I say, not bad, except, as I say, cheapness or cheapening has come into things, and I suppose we have to accept that. And any comments please make. There's no diagram, well, I haven't got a diagram on here of this phone, but you bet your life you can always find the diagram on rotary phones, their forum in America, so it is possible. Standard handset with ITT. It's nice actually being in black. I know black was the original colour for telephones. It's nice to see black and in good nick as well. There's hardly any marks on it. The case, we have a look at. That's also pretty good. So that's okay. Once again, you've got your name, ITT. There may have been a diagram in there at one time, but I certainly never had it all the time I've had the phone. And as you can see, these are self-tapping screws which have been cheapened, obviously. They're not even made captive. So yeah, there's a lots of things against this, but at least as a phone it probably works, and probably works fine. Is that one? Oh, that's not. I'm just going to say, it looks like, yeah, it's only the one that's a different colour. Don't ask me why. Someone out there might have an idea of whether there was a reason for doing that, but I've never seen it before. And how these keypads have changed in shape. The front's always the same, but the pieces at the back, the components, yeah, they've changed. They've really changed. Anyhow, without me getting into a long rambling and going on, I'm going to shut up and just say this is an American 2500. This one was made in the States, Corinth. And as I say, it's okay. Perhaps I'm being a bit critical with the innards inside. Yeah, I expect all these phones to be like they were years ago, and of course things have changed. But at least it is American made, and it's not too bad. So that's all I've got to say. Any comments please make, and we will pop this up. Anyhow, thanks again for putting up with my long-winded talks. Thank you.